Welcome students to the engineering chemistry course next lecture. Before starting the today's class, just revise what we have learned in the previous class. In the previous class, we have started with the catalytic cracking, in which we have learned the advantages of catalytic cracking and the types of catalytic cracking, in which we have discussed in detail the fixed bed catalytic cracking and the moving bed catalytic cracking. We have learned what is the main difference between these two processes. We learned that the position of the catalyst and the form in which catalyst is used in both the processes are different. Therefore, the processes are different. In the fixed bed catalytic cracking, the catalyst is used in the form of pellets and the position of the catalyst is fixed. That's why it is called the fixed bed catalytic cracking. While in the moving bed catalytic cracking process, the position of the catalyst is in flowing mode and the catalyst is used in the form of fine powder. That's why it is called the moving bed catalytic cracking. That's all what we have learned in our previous class. So moving ahead, in today's class, we will going to discuss about the synthetic petrol and the important methods to synthesize the petrol. Two important methods we will going to discuss in today's lecture, that is the Fischer-Tropsch process and the Burgess process to synthesize the petrol. So let us begin. What is the need to synthesize the petrol? But obvious, the great demand of petroleum has necessity to synthesize the petrol by means of chemical methods. Therefore, the petrol synthesized by chemical means is called the synthetic petrol. Up till this lecture, we now can easily understand that the petrol obtained by crude oil is known as the straight run gasoline. Second one source of the petrol is the cracking process, and third one source of the petrol is now the chemical processes. So the petrol which is obtained by the chemical reactions is called the synthetic petrol. The important methods to synthesize petrol by means of chemical reactions are Fischer-Tropsch process and the Burgess process. So let us discuss one by one both of these processes. First is the Fischer-Tropsch process. What is the raw material used to synthesize in the Fischer-Tropsch process? The raw material is mixture of water gas and hydrogen. The main raw material is the water gas. What is the water gas here? Water gas is the combination of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. This is called the water gas. This is the water gas. The catalyst used in this Fischer-Tropsch process is the mixture of cobalt, thorium, magnesium oxide and gasoline. What is the catalyst? Cobalt, thorium, magnesium oxide and the gasoline. These combined is used as the catalyst. The temperature range maintained in the Fischer-Tropsch process is 200 to 300 degrees centigrade and pressure range is the normal atmospheric pressure. So basically, what is the raw material used to synthesize petrol in the Fischer-Tropsch process? It is the water gas. And what is water gas? Water gas is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So some excess amount may be passed through this to this water gas to synthesize the petrol. Now this is the construction of the plant, Fischer-Tropsch process plant, in which petrol is synthesized. First two chambers are the purifiers. First and second chambers are the purifiers. Third is the compressor and fourth is the reaction chamber or the catalyst chamber. Fourth is the fractional distillation fourth is the reaction chamber, fifth is the cooler, and sixth is the fractional distillation chamber. These are the compartments of the plant in which petrol is synthesized by means of Fischer-Tropsch process. First purifier contains the catalyst iron oxide. Second purifier contains the mixture of iron oxide and the sodium carbonate. Basically, these two chambers are the purifiers. That means this removes the impurities present in the water gas. Mainly, the water gas having two types of impurity. First is the sulfur compound impurities and second is the organic sulfur impurities. So, first of all, when water gas is passed through this purifier in which iron oxide is placed, so this iron oxide absorbs the sulfur present in the water gas. So all the impurities of sulfur get absorbed in the iron oxide chamber. Then next water gas is then next passed to the next chamber in which iron oxide and sodium carbonate is placed. These compounds absorbs the organic sulfur present in the water gas. So in this chamber organic sulfur is absorbed. So both the chambers removes the sulfur as well as the organic sulfur compounds from the water gas. Now this water gas is passed through the next compartment. During this passing, the water gas is compressed at 5 to 25 atmospheric pressure, and then this compressed water gas along with hydrogen is passed through the reaction chamber. In the reaction chamber, catalyst is placed. What catalyst we have used? The mixture of cobalt, thorium, magnesium oxide and the Kessel-Guller is placed in the catalytic or the reaction chamber, and the temperature maintained in this chamber is 200 to 300 degrees centigrade, and pressure is the normal atmospheric pressure in this chamber. So in presence of this catalyst and 200 to 300 degree centigrade temperature range, the carbon monoxide and hydrogen present in the water gas reacted and forms various type of hydrocarbons. Saturated as well as the unsaturated hydrocarbons are formed by the reaction of carbon monoxide and hydrogen in this reaction chamber. So now the mixture of various kind of alkenes and alkanes are now passed through this chamber to the coolant. In the cooler, all the alkanes and alkenes get liquefied, and then we pass this mixture of alkene and alkene to the fractional distillation chamber, where we collect the gasoline fraction because we want to collect the petrol. I hope it is clear to all of you now. Again, I am repeating the procedure for you all. The plant of the Fischer-Tropsch process contains two purifier. One is containing iron oxide, second purifier containing iron oxide plus sodium carbonate. The iron oxide purifier chamber removes the sulfur impurities present in the water gas, while iron oxide and sodium carbonate chamber removes the impurities of organic sulfur compound present in the water gas. So the water gas may contain two types of impurities, that are sulfur and organic sulfur. The purifying chamber iron oxide and iron oxide plus sodium carbonate removes both of these impurities. Now pure water gas is passed through compressor, and from compressor these gases are passed through the catalytic or the reaction chamber. In the reaction chamber, temperature is maintained 200 to 300 degrees centigrade, and the catalyst is placed in the reaction chamber. Catalyst used for this process is cobalt, thorium, magnesium oxide and the gasoline mixture. In presence of this catalyst and 200 to 300 degrees centigrade, the water gas, which is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, the water gas reacted and forms various kind of alkenes and alkanes. So now in the reaction chamber, mixture of alkane and alkene is formed. These mixture get passed through this cooler and converted into liquid form, and then these are passed through the fractional distillation chamber where we can collect the gasoline fraction. So this is the synthesis of the petrol by Fischer-Tropsch process. So it is clear now that in Fischer-Tropsch process, the raw material used is the water gas. The component of water gas reacted in presence of this catalyst at 200 to 300 degrees centigrade and form various kind of alkane and alkenes. And then we collect the mixture of hydrocarbons in the fractional distillation chamber and now collect the gasoline fraction. So that's all for the Fischer-Tropsch process. Now coming towards the next process, that is the Burgess process. This process involves the conversion of low-grade coals such as bituminous coal into liquid and the gaseous fuel by hydrogenating them in presence of catalyst. This method was developed by Burgess in Germany. In this method, powdered low-grade coal, generally bituminous coal, is used in this process. Powdered coal is mixed with the heavy oil. So raw material is the coal which is mixed with the heavy oil, and the catalyst used is the tin or nickel oleate. This is the catalyst. Raw material is the coal which is used in the form of slurry. To make the slurry of the coal, we use the heavy oil. Pressure range is the 200 to 250 atmospheric pressure. Temperature is the 450 degrees centigrade. So now first is the mixing chamber in which raw material is mixed with the catalyst. Second is the reaction chamber in which mixture of alkane and alkene is formed. Third is the cooling chamber. Fourth is the fractional distillation chamber. So these are the main components of the plant used in the Burgess process. So first of all, the paste of coal and heavy oil is mixed with the catalyst in the mixing chamber. Now this paste is passed in the reaction chamber. During the passing, some hydrogen is also supplied to this mixture. In the reaction chamber, temperature is maintained up to 450 degrees centigrade and pressure is 200 to 250 atmospheric pressure. Now, in such temperature pressure conditions and in presence of catalyst, the carbon of the coal reacted with the hydrogen and forms various type of mixture of the hydrocarbons. Okay, the vapors now, what are the vapors? Vapors of these hydrocarbons now passes through the cooler and converted into liquid conditions, and this liquid oil is then passed through the fractional distillation chamber in which gasoline fraction we may collect. Now it must be noted that three fractions we may collect. First is the lighter fraction, that is gasoline. Second fraction is the comparatively heavier fraction, that is called middle oil, and third one is the heavier fraction, heavier hydrocarbons mixture, that is the heavy oil. So this heavy oil may be reused for making the another coal slurry. Okay, and the middle oil is cracked to gasoline, and first is the gasoline which we may directly use as a petrol. So what we have discussed now, that in the Burgess process the raw material is the bituminous coal, and to make the slurry or the paste of this coal we use the heavy oil. The catalyst used in this reaction is the tin or nickel oleate. Temperature is 450 degrees centigrade, pressure 200 to 250 atmospheric pressure. The plant used for the synthesizing the petrol in Burgess process having four compartments. First compartment is the mixing chamber. Second is the reaction chamber. Third is the cooling chamber. Fourth is the fractional distillation chamber. In the first chamber, the bituminous coal is mixed with the heavy oil and the catalyst. So, in the first chamber, paste of the powdered coal plus catalyst is mixed. Now, this slurry or the paste is passed through the next chamber, that is the reaction chamber. During the passing, some excessive hydrogen is supplied to this paste. Now, this paste along with hydrogen is supplied to the reaction chamber, in which reaction taking place at 450 degrees centigrade and 200 to 250 atmospheric pressure. What reaction taking place? Carbon present in the coal reacted with the hydrogen to form various type of hydrocarbons mixture. So in this reaction chamber, vapors of hydrocarbons is formed, and these vapors are now then transferred to the coolant, where cooling process is done. The oil, hydrocarbon oil, is now obtained, then passed through the fractional distillation chamber, in which various fractions are collected. First is the lighter fraction, gasoline, which can be directly used as a petrol. Second is middle fraction, which may be cracked further to obtain the gasoline. Third is the heavy oil fraction, which may be reused to form the slurry of the next part of the coal. So this is the main process of the formation of the synthetic petrol. So let us revise what we have learned today. Today we have discussed about the synthetic petrol and how the petrol is synthesized. Two main methods we have discussed today: Fischer-Tropsch process and the Burgess process. In Fischer-Tropsch process, water gas is used as a raw material, while in Burgess process, bituminous coal is used to synthesize the petrol. Now it's time to learning check. Please read the question and pause the video and think about the correct answer. What is the raw material in Fischer-Tropsch process to synthesize petrol? Bituminous coal, coal gas, heavy oil, or the water gas? Yes, you are correct. The correct option is the D. Water gas is used in the Fischer-Tropsch process to synthesize the petrol. Thank you. Take good care of yourself and keep enjoy e-learning at home. Keep smiling. Thank you.